unused glove skins in the game files.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I have not seen this one, though. I'm not even kidding.
That's insane.
I don't know if I like this one. But let's actually watch it from the beginning, no? Chat, these may all be released at any point in time. Yeah? These are ready to be pushed out in the game files. These ones, metal leather. Interesting. Has the color of the Charet gloves, the little red. Not my favorite gloves. They would be, of course, very, very cheap, probably. They don't look too high. Bloodhound gloves were pretty similar to the ones we just saw. Mid. Yeah. This is the next one. Bloodhound VMT. Okay, so this one doesn't even have a name on it. Bloodhound gloves with no real finish on it. This one is interesting, I would say. I like this one. Slick bamboo. And now it's getting interesting. Full 420 vibes. Arrow. This one is just nice, no? Interesting. This one with like a green knife. Not too bad. Slick brown. Not a fan. Could be cool for some orange loadouts, right? Not the biggest fan. They wouldn't be the worst gloves in the game, but they wouldn't be the best gloves in the game. Now there's the same type, but with some green on it. It says second version up the top. Sorry for hiding it. Yeah, I think the first one was better. Slick gloves, criminal gold. Interesting. This one could be cool with... Chat, I have not seen any of these, by the way. What the fuck is this? Why are these in the game files? Why are they just chilling in the game files? This one with a gold gem could be interesting. These ones I like a lot. Slick chainmail night gloves. Those are interesting. We haven't really seen this type of material on gloves, right? It has this kind of like... Do you know when towels have like this frothy texture? Frothy towels, I think it's called. I used to play badminton and there was like a frothy grip. This is like frothy material. I like how that looks a lot. Suede, I don't know. I think it's German. It's like frothy. I don't know. Fuzzy leather? Yeah, maybe. Snake skin. Interesting. I think these ones, chat, it's literally snake bites. But the only thing that's different is that these ones, the pattern template is more zoomed out on the version that they actually released, right? So they have the two different options. They considered both options. And these are still in the game files where it's more zoomed in on the pattern template. Which one is better? Should they have released this one instead? I don't think so. I'm more happy with the zoomed out version. Much more happy. Snakeskin in green. Interesting. So king snakes, but like toxic king snakes. Interesting. Not my favorite. Not my favorite, but I could see this happen. Imagine with like a Gamma Doppler phase 4 or something, which has some dark green in it. It could look really cool. And now it's getting interesting. Snakeskin red version. These are all in the game files. This one with the Crimson Web could be quite interesting, maybe. Or like a Karambit Doppler Phase 2, maybe. Pink Galaxy. What else do we have? Glove Slick. So it's like a weave type pattern. Interesting for sure. I would call it mid. Hand wraps. Cat schools. Very interesting. For this one, they would have to make a second version for China, right? Because in China, schools are not allowed. They would have to replace it with like gas masks or something. Like they did on the P90 Death by Kitty, I think. It's the same pattern template. Leathery fabric. Okay, interesting. Not my favorite. I don't really like hand wraps that much. Leathery fabric, nuclear. This one is interesting on the other hand. I like what they did on this one. The nuclear symbols and stuff. That's a cool one. Better than I expected. It's like Cobalt Schools and then nuclear type beat. Leathery fabric red. Interesting. This one reminds me of like a fighter, you know, who has like, I don't know, who's getting his like hand wraps ready to fight. Looks even more fighting type gloves with the orange accents on it. Leathery fabric yellow. Not my favorite. I think there's some juicers coming up. Hand wraps leathery. I mean, bro, it's okay. It's okay. It's not really reinventing the wheel. Mid. I think we have it in a different version though, don't we? Let me see what's different actually, because we have hand wraps leather. These ones actually got released, chat. What is different? Slightly darker. Maybe different shade of brown, yeah. Oh!
Whoa!
Jaguar purple.
Okay.
Excuse me. Chat, that is a little bit too much, I feel like. That's like you take snakebite gloves or whatever, and you dunk them into like this deep purple color. I don't know, man. That could work nice on some like M9 black pearls, maybe. It could look really nice. Could.
I don't know. I like those ones. I like
funky, yeah. Wow. Because purple gloves, we only have Pandora's boss gloves, right? And of course, we have
Imperial.
some other ones. Yeah. Operation Poison Frog Red. Interesting. I mean, we have this on another type of gloves, right? Poison Frog Red Green. Okay, so just some recoloring. So they're always considering different types before releasing. For people that don't know, these are the gloves that we actually got with this design, right? Because they didn't do the design for nothing. They considered them on those type of gloves we just saw, and they considered them on these ones, right? And those ones actually got released. Poison Frog gloves, or whatever they're called.
What the hell is this? Are those Motos?
Wait, what?
What's the difference between that and racing?
Is it more green or something? We have those already, don't we? What are they called?
Finish line. Yes, go. Finish line.
Finish.
Wait, go back. Go
Wait,
back.
wait. Whoa. Finish line, gloves, CSGO. I think they are just less saturated, right? Yeah, 100%. Holy shit.
So they just made them look worse and then added those? Like,
Because it looked too much, I think. Look how fucking saturated that shit is. Jesus.
I like those ones a lot. The ones that didn't get released more.
Really?
Those actually look good.
Next ones are crazy, chat. Doppler gloves.
Jesus.
Which is not just he made it up. No, these are actually in the game files. Why are they in the game files? Probably because they considered releasing it. Maybe they did some testing. Imagine if we would get Doppler gloves, right, phase 2, it would also mean probably ruby gloves, sapphire gloves, black pearl gloves, right? I don't know if they would make different patterns. I hope so. They didn't do it on the case hardened gloves, right? It is one of the saddest things that happened in CSGO, in my opinion, still to this day. I remember waking up, right? They released new gloves. I was so happy. I was bricked up. I was chilling in bed. I saw the update, and then they gave us this, right? I was so happy. I thought blue gem gloves. I was ready to go on the server, check out all the 1000 patterns, because that's what I usually do on release day, right? To check for the best blue gems in existence, and they all look the same. Pattern index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up until 1000. They are all the same, 1-to-1. They are not pattern based, yeah? And imagine they do the same on ruby, sapphire, Doppler. I don't know. It would be annoying if it wouldn't change around or anything. If they would all look the same, all phase 2s would look the same, it would be a little bit boring. Circuit board gloves, motorcycle. Interesting.
Those are kind of sick.
Those are kind of nice, chat. Those ones in a green inventory. Of course, we already got hatch mazes and stuff and racing green gloves, but those are not too bad. Whoa. I prefer those. I prefer this coloring arrow.
I don't like the texture on that one.
Really?
Looks
I
like
think that
sand.
kind of slaps. I prefer this one. These are Eclipse gloves, yeah, but different color. What the fuck is this? Green, red, black. Specialist gloves. Very creative name. I mean...
Nah.
Not my favorite. So many green gloves that they just tried around with, right? Any more juicers? Or is it specialist gloves? Black and yellow. Black and yellow. It's okay. This one has a vibe to it. This one reminds me of the... What is it called? Of the Neon Kimono 5.7. Imagine holding these gloves together with this 5.7. Suck me dry, chat. Suck me dry on God. Look at this dead ass. Imagine this in a combo with those gloves. Imagine.
It looks like a Nerf gun or something.
A little bit, yeah.
Whoa.
Specialist gloves, orange. I mean, we got Tiger Strikes, right? They're very expensive. I prefer Tiger Strikes. Yeah, okay. They got a little bit more of a red-ish tint to it than just orange. Whoa. I know, Arrow, you are not supposed to talk because you hate sport gloves. I fucking love these. I love these.
Yeah, I don't really like them.
Of course, they gave us a replacement, right? Which is the hatch mazes. I guess they wanted to release sport gloves in green. And they were probably thinking between those ones, right? And hatch mazes that we have nowadays. I think hatch mazes make more sense. Those ones look a little bit dull. It's just one color, right? They did this with Pandora's box gloves, right? Where it's pretty much just purple. I think they did the hatch mazes in a perfect way. With the little white in between. This like cryptic blue type vibes. I like this, bro. I like this. I prefer the current ones that we have, I think.
But like the texture on the hedge maze is just so much better.
Yeah, I agree. They probably just made those and scrapped the idea along the way. Sport gloves fade.
Whoa.
Arrow.
Whoa.
That is interesting. We did get fade gloves, right? They were probably, because we have fade gloves already, so they were probably thinking, should we release the fade gloves on the sport gloves or on the specialist gloves? And we ended up getting fade on the specialist gloves. Does it make more sense? I think so. The way how they organized these, how they made these, I think it just fits better. Yeah, the purple base color and then the fade across those parts. I think it makes sense. This just looks like, it looks like unicorn vomit. I don't know. Okay. This is Vice gloves, but much more saturated. I've heard about these being in the game files before. They are just so much more saturated. How they look right now on your screen, this is how they actually like played around with. They released a much less saturated version, which I think was a good call. Sport gloves, red. I kind of like those. I'm a fan of sport gloves. I like all type of sport gloves. I see a lot of W's in the chat. I wouldn't mind these. Wow. And now we are talking. We got provided orange gloves, yes, aka our sport gloves, right? But those look amazing. I love those.
Wait, those are actually sick.
I
the
love
texture on
those.
them.
You like them as well?
Yeah, that actually looks good.
They are really nice. McLaren edition, it looks a little bit like it, yeah. Like an orange McLaren. I agree. Wow. How did you make that comparison? It absolutely looks like that, bro. 100% they got inspired.
So good.
Sheesh.
Those need to be added, honestly.
Yeah, I like those a lot.